Yo, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG. In today's video, guys, we're going to be taking a look at this awful monstrosity that I threw together here on Pokemon TCG Online. And it is going to be a deck featuring Zoroark and Venomoth. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Alright, I'm going to be blunt with you. I know this list is weird. This list is. It's probably very easy to improve. But I wanted to have some fun. I decided I want to just build this deck, see what happens, and I had some pretty good games with it, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it here, guys. I'm going to start off with Venomoth, because we all know what Zoroark does. So Venomoth GX is a card that was featured in Unbroken Bonds. Now, unfortunately, the timing of this card is really bad, because this card came along with a lot of the fire support that is coming out in the format. Now, there's no telling how it might perform in the next format. We don't know just yet. But right now, it's okay. I mean, it's actually pretty decent if you don't go up against a fire deck. Its attack is Shinobi Mastery. It does 110, and it actually has two effects on it. If you play Koga's Trap from your hand during this turn, this attack does 90 more damage. If you play Janine from your hand during this turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from attacks from basic Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. So if you of course, play the Kogas, you get additional damage, and if you play Janine, you get basically immunity from basic Pokemon like Charizard, Reshiram, or Reshiram Charizard. I have a bad habit of saying that. I apologize. Bucephalon, Pikarom, etc. So that's not too bad. And we're actually going to take a look at Koga's Trap first. Now, this is actually a card that I am a pretty big fan of. I think it's actually kind of a cool supporter. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. Yes, they can retreat or Guzma or something along those lines out of it. But at the same time, it could be a hindrance. It could be something that could come in clutch. On top of that, I've actually had matchups where I needed to hit 130 with Zoroark before, and I played down Koga's Trap, and I was able to actually hit the 130 with Poison, which is not too bad. And Janine's actually a cool card. Janine's actually one of my favorite supporters out of Unbroken Bonds. You look at the top four cards for your deck, and you put two of them into your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So this is just a really good way to kind of increase the consistency or something, of your deck, which is not too bad. Its partner for the deck, of course, is going to be Zoroark GX. Of course, it has trade, discard a card from your hand, draw two. Righteous Beating for 20 for every single Pokemon you have in play. And then, of course, we can't do the Trickster GX. So we're really not going to even get into all of that. Now, overall, the strategy of the deck is more so centered around Venomoth, with Zoroark just kind of being there, to be the backup, be the boss, be the consistent card, trade stuff away, get your cards to your hand and everything. But we actually run Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele can be a very, very helpful card in this deck, just because you can grab either Janine or Koga depending on the situation you might be in. You can just grab those cards directly to your hand. And we also do play three Pokegear, excuse me. We play three Pokegear in this deck as well. I think it was, I dropped the Devour Fields and I added another Pokegear and then I added another card. I can't remember what it was. But Pokegear just allows you to look at the top seven cards of your deck and you can reveal a supporter card you find there and put it in your hand. This is a very helpful card. I like this card. And then we also run a Alolan Muck to just kind of mess with our opponent a little more, shut down some abilities, and we run that with the Ditto. I actually sided against putting a Grimer in here. I just said why not? We'll just run Ditto. And for the Venonat, I went with the one with the radar eyes. You'd look at the top seven cards of your deck, put one of them in your hand. You never know when that might come in clutch. But honestly, really, we looked at the Venomoth, we looked at the Janine, we looked at the Koga. The rest of it is pretty generic. Now, of course, because we don't really have room for Professor's Elms, I went with 4 Nest Ball. And then we also have Palpad. We can shuffle those supporters back in our deck. Maybe they're, Koga is like coming in clutch or something. And then we have Guzma in here. I was actually considering dropping this to 2 maybe and running something else just to kind of increase the consistency. I was actually considering maybe dropping this to 2, adding a fourth Pokegear. I don't know just yet. I'm still tweaking this. I probably won't play it again. I don't know. I just play this when I'm goofing off on here. And then we play a Rescue Stretcher just to get some Pokemon back. And then, of course, we have a Ultra Ball. And then we run a Cynthia, because Cynthia is always nice to have, just that extra supporter in there. And then we run 4 Lily. 4 Lily is a pretty good combination with Zoroark. Of course, you can trade these away if you don't need them, or if you open with this card, it can actually be pretty helpful. I think the main issue with this deck is just the vast amount of supporters that are in here. And then we also run 2 Acerola in here too to pick up our stuff to kind of deny our opponents some prizes. So there's a lot of supporter action going on in here, guys. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 different supporters in here. And Yeah, it's pretty fun. My mouse, okay, if you notice my cursor keeps jerking over to the side, I apologize. I'm doing this on my bed, so I don't really have a mouse pad underneath me. And then we have three choice band in here as well. And for the energy, we have three TCE, four DCE, and four grass. The TCE, I just decided why not just throw them in here. You never know. I don't want to really throw DC down onto Zoroark. I more so want to focus those onto Venomoth. But the strategy, like I said, you pretty much just kind of go with Venomoth, and then you have your Zoroark there to back you up. Guys, this deck is jank. This deck is one of those random ones I threw together, and I decided I wanted to have fun with it, and this is one of those fun decks that I decided to share with you guys. So if you want to pick this deck up and try it, work with it, see what you guys can do, that's definitely an option. I think I overloaded it with too many supporters. That's just my take on it. I think maybe I can kind of cut some numbers, add some other stuff in here as well. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I apologize. I didn't have a video planned for today. I've been super swamped and busy with stuff, and I just decided to upload this. I actually wasn't gonna upload this, but I thought, why not? It's a fun deck. We're going into the next season. The rotation's right around the corner. Why not show you guys a deck that I've been monkeying around with here, just to pass some time. But thank you guys all so much for watching. We are closing in on 800 subscribers, guys. So if you are not sub, please do so. Also, check out all the links down in the description, plugs, blah, 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 typical YouTuber stuff. Thank you guys for watching. You're awesome. You're amazing. I love you so much. And this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys. Don't roast me too bad in the comment section. I know it's bad.